Hello everyone. In this video, I want to introduce how to process geographical data in Jupyter to you. I wish I could use the try.jupyter.org website to show you how to process such data. Unfortunately, that website, try.jupyter.org, is just the trial version of the Jupyter system. It doesn't support the geographical data analysis. We have to download the official version of the Jupyter system. The software that contains the official version of Jupyter is called Anaconda. I have listed the installation guide of Anaconda on eCollege. I also listed this installation guide in this video's description section below. Before you proceed to the next part of this video, please download and install the Anaconda software onto your computer first, and then come back to this video to watch the rest of this video. Once you have installed the Anaconda software onto your computer, the first thing you want to start is called the Anaconda Navigator. The university still uses the Windows 7 system. If you are also using Windows 7, click the Start button in the lower left corner, and then click All Programs, and then click Anaconda 3 folder, this one, and then click the Anaconda Navigator. The icon looks like a circle but with some snake skin on it. That is the icon you want to click on. It's called Anaconda Navigator. By the way, Anaconda represents a type of snakes. I'm not from a biology major, so I'm not sure which one is cooler between a python and an anaconda. But from the software upgrade perspective, Anaconda is the latest version of Python. So I believe Anaconda should be a snake that is more powerful, stronger than Python. This is the icon you want to click on, the Anaconda Navigator icon. This is some interesting information to know. If you are using a Windows 10 system, you can also go through the same process. Or in Windows 10, you have a artificial intelligence bar. It's called a Codna next to the Start button, right? You can type in Anaconda Navigator. The Codna AI system will start the navigator for you automatically. Once you start the navigator, this is the interface you should be able to see. It shows all available software under the Anaconda package. Obviously, Jupyter is the start project in the Python community. The first thing you want to see is Jupyter. This is the official version of the Jupyter system. The official name of this system is called the Jupyter Notebook. When we type in some comments in the future, you will see some short name like NB. NB represents notebook. So remember, the official name of the Jupyter system is called the Jupyter Notebook. There are also some other important software like RStudio. We will learn R in the Advanced Analytics class. In this lecture, let's focus on the Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is the official version of Jupyter. It is as same as the try.jupyter.org website we have been using. Anything we did in the try.jupyter.org system can be done in the same way in the Jupyter Notebook system. Let's click the Launch button under Jupyter Notebook to take a look at the official version of the Jupyter system. Once you click Launch, Jupyter Navigator will start a web browser for you. This web browser will show you a web page of Jupyter. This Jupyter system is very similar to the try.jupyter.org website, right? The only difference is in the try version, we have the prefixed folders, but in the official version, Jupyter will show you the available folders on your computer. Some classmates may say, Professor, I get used to using the datasets folder I want to save all source data in the datasets folder. But in this list, I couldn't find the datasets folder. What should I do? We can easily create a folder named as datasets. What you need to do is to click the little triangle on the New button in the upper right corner, and then click Folder. Now a new folder was created in the Jupyter system, but here is a little issue we need to address. Jupyter doesn't show the new folder on the top of this list. So what we need to do is to click the last modified button, this button, to sort all available folders in Jupyter system. Click last modified, so we can rank or sort the folders, and then you will see a folder called untitled folder created about a minute ago. Now we can see the new folder on the top of this list. If you want to change the name of this folder, just check the box before the folder name, and then click Rename in the upper left corner, and then type in the new name you want the folder to have. If you prefer datasets, then type in datasets. Of course, this is the official version of Jupyter. It is installed on your computer, so you have the full control over all folders, the Jupyter system, and so on. You can name the folder as you like. For instance, if you want to name it as My Datasets, then type in My Datasets. But if you prefer datasets, then just type in datasets, and then click Rename. In the trial version, we have to follow datasets/datasets folder because this is how the trial version is set up. But in the official version, we have the full control, so we don't have to create another datasets inside of these datasets to hold all source data. We can just upload all source data into datasets folder. Let's click the upload button. Suppose you download the stock price data onto your computer, and then click the file you want to upload to Jupyter 2. Select this file and then click Open, and then click Upload. Now the source data is inside of the Jupyter system. You can do all kinds of data analysis as we did in the trial version again. Let me use this dataset as an example to show you how to perform the analysis in the official version of Jupyter. Let's say I downloaded Apple stock price from Yahoo Finance, and then I uploaded this file into the Jupyter system. Now I want to import this data into the Jupyter system. We can click the Jupyter icon in the upper left corner. We need to create a new Jupyter Notebook script so that we can write the script, the analysis script, as we did in the trial version. The way is to click the little triangle on the New button, and then click Python 3. If you installed Python 3.5, you probably will say Python 3.5. If you have a Python 4, you probably will say Python 4. No matter which version of Python you have, click the Python icon under the Notebook category. Let me click Python 3 over here. This is exactly what we saw in the trial version, right? There is no difference between trial version and the official version. When we want to import data, we just type in import pandas as PD. And then we create a variable to hold the data frame. Let's call this Apple stock equals to pd.read_csv parentheses, then double quotes. Between double quotes, we need to locate the file, right? Do you remember where I upload the file to? It's inside of the datasets folder, right? Let's type in datasets and then / aapl.csv. Some classmates may ask, what about the second datasets? Do I need to type in datasets / datasets /AAPL? No, not necessary, because you have the full control of the official version, and you upload the Apple stock data into a folder called datasets, not datasets /datasets folder. So you don't need to type in another datasets as we did in the trial version. If you upload your source data to a folder called my datasets, then here you need to type in my datasets /AAPL.csv. It depends on how you named your folder. I named my folder as datasets, so let's remove my. Between the double quotes and the parentheses, let's type in a comma, and then type in parse underscore dates equals to true, T in uppercase, another comma, and then type in index underscore col equals to 0, and then click the Run Cell button, or you can press Shift and Enter key together to run the script. Let's just click the Run Cell button to take a look at the result. Or if I want to see the result, I need to type in Apple stock, and then click the Run Cell button. Now you can see I have imported Apple stock data into the Jupyter system. Now let's talk about how to process geographical data in Jupyter and Python. When people talk about the geographical data, they immediately think about maps, such as Google Map or Apple Map and so on. Since there are already a lot of map applications available, in Python and Jupyter, when we process geographical related data, we really don't need to create new maps. What we need to do is to integrate our business data to the available maps. We want to find a way to present our business data on top of the available map applications. So data visualization is the most important skill when we process geographical data in the Jupyter system. Let's see an example. I want to use a map to show in which market my company has more sales revenues. On a map, I want to draw some circles on top of some cities. The larger the circle is, the more sales revenues my company has in that city. From this map, you can see my company performs better in Dallas than in Fort Worth. I can also zoom out this map a little bit to visualize more data in other cities. Let's say I have sales revenues for Denton market. This sales revenue is smaller than the one in Fort Worth, so I can draw a smaller circle on top of Denton. Click the circle button, and then on top of Denton, I draw a smaller circle. I can also move this circle a little bit, move it to the mid of Denton, and then click Save. How can we draw a map like this and visualize data on top of this map? I want to use a new development in the Python community to complete this project. The new development is called ipyleaflet. Let's go back to our script. Let's remove the current script. Let's select the script cell and then click the scissor icon. The ipyleaflet is an external map library. Before we are able to use it, we have to download it and enable it in our Jupyter system. The way of downloading the external library is to use the pip install command. This is how. Let's type in acclamation first. This means we want to use some local commands in the Jupyter system. Type in an acclamation and then type in pip. PIP represents Python package index. This is a way of managing the external libraries downloaded to the Jupyter system. And then a space, and then type in install. PIP space install. And then type in the name of the library you want to download. The library we are about to download is called ipyleaflet. ipyleaflet. In the future, if you want to download some other libraries, just type in the name of other libraries. Let's say you want to download a library called ipywidget. Then you type in ipywidget instead of ipyleaflet. This is how you download an external library into your Jupyter system. Don't forget to use the acclamation at the beginning of this statement. And then click the Run Cell button. I have already downloaded the ipyleaflet, so in the output you will see the download is done. But if you download the ipyleaflet for the first time, you will see some message like collecting ipyleaflet data. When the download is finished, you will see some other messages like the ipyleaflet library has been downloaded into your Jupyter system. By the way, we are downloading the ipyleaflet library from a third-party website. If your internet speed is a little slow, it will take a while for you to see any output messages like this. If you don't see the output message, but you see an asterisk or a little star in the script line number, you don't see a number 3 or 1 like this, but you see an asterisk, that means the download has been started. It's just running in the background. You don't see it very quickly, but the download has been started. You just need to wait a while to see any output message like the one you are seeing on this screen. This one will help you to download the ipyleaflet library. Next, we need to enable this library in the Jupyter system. The way is to use the Jupyter nbextension enable function. Let's type it in. Again, we need to start with an acclamation. This means we want to use some local comments. Acclamation, and then type in Jupyter, and then a space, and then type in nbextension. Another space, type in enable. This means we want to enable some external libraries in the Jupyter system. Another space, type in dash, and then another dash, double dash, and then type in py, space, dash, and another dash, type in sys, and then type in one dash, and then type in prefix, and then a space, type in ipyleaflet, and then click the Run Cell button. By the way, I will list these two comments in this video's description section below. If you cannot remember these statements, just copy and paste it into your Jupyter system. Let's click the Run Cell button. You see it takes a while for you to see the message, the output message. But you saw the little star, right? Instead of 4. That means your comment is running in the background. Now you will see an output message like enable notebook extension validating OK. That means you have downloaded the library and enabled it in the Jupyter system. Everything you use in the external library will be recognized by the Jupyter system. Drawing a map is very simple with the ipyleaflet library. Let's write some comments to draw a simple map. Let's type in from ipyleaflet, and then import map. Notice that M is in uppercase. Now we can use the map function from the ipyleaflet library to draw a map. Let's create a new line. The map function is very simple. Let's type in map and then parentheses. Between parentheses, we need to specify the values for two parameters. The first parameter is called center. Center will hold the latitude and longitude data for the center city in your map. You can choose Dallas as the center city. Then when the map shows up, you will see Dallas is in the middle. You can choose Los Angeles as the center city. Then in the new map, you will see Los Angeles in the middle of this map. It really doesn't matter which city you choose as the center city. It's up to the business analyst to decide. Let's use Dallas as an example. We need to give the latitude and the longitude data for Dallas to the center parameter. You can download the latitude and longitude data from the website resources like Google Map or the US Census Bureau website. I have downloaded some data for the major cities in the US. I listed those data in this video's description, or you can download the data from eCollege. Let's use Dallas as the example. Let's collect the latitude and longitude data. Make a copy. And then after center, let's type in an equal sign. And then a set of square brackets. Between square brackets, let's paste the latitude and the longitude data of Dallas. Between square bracket and parentheses, let's type in a comma, and then type in another parameter. It's called a zoom. Usually, we will give a value 10 to the zoom parameter. That means we want to put the center city in the middle of the map, and then we want to see the adjacent city around the center city. But you can give a smaller or larger value to the zoom parameter. The larger the value is, the more zoom in you can see in the map. The smaller the value is, the more zoom out you will see in the map. Let's use 10. Let's use this one to take a look at the example map. Now we finish the map building, we can click the Run Cell button to take a look at the map. This is the map of Dallas. As you can see, Dallas is in the middle, and also we have the zoom in and zoom out button. We can zoom out a little bit to see more adjacent cities around Dallas. Here I want to talk about the error I met when I run the script. Because the ipyleaflet is a newborn library, there could be some bugs still in this library. When I run the map function for the first time, I got an error. The error message is could not create model. Script error for Jupyter-leaflet. If you meet such an error, I got a solution. I'm not sure if this solution is the official one, but it worked. What I did was I kept the script page with the error message, and then I go to the home page of Jupyter, created a new script, like you can see here, a new script, and then I run all the functions in this new script, and then I'm able to use the map function. Now we have the map, but we don't have the circle control on top of the map, so that we can draw circles over cities. Let's make some modification on the current code. In the first statement, let's remove map. After import, let's type in parentheses. Between parentheses, let's type in map, and then a comma, and then type in draw control. Notice that D and C are in uppercases. Parentheses map, comma, draw control means we want to import two functions from the ipyleaf library now. The first function we want to import is called map. The second one is called draw control. If you want to import multiple functions from a library, you use a parenthesis to include multiple functions. Between two functions, you use a comma to separate them. In the second statement, I want to create a variable to hold the map I just created. Let's call this variable myMap. MyMap equals to the map statement. This means I want to use the variable myMap to hold the visual map programmatically. Let's create a new statement. In the new statement, I want to create a variable to hold the controls such as circles, rectangles, and so on. I want to draw on top of the map. Let's call this variable DC. DC equals to draw control, parentheses. Between parentheses, we need to specify the type of controls we want to use. If you want to draw circles, let's type in circle. Circle equals to a set of curly braces. Between the curly braces, we need to specify the properties of the circles, such as the colors for the circles. Let's say I want to use blue color. In the curly braces, let's type in 2 single quotes, and then type in shape options. Notice that O is in uppercase. Between the ending single quote and the ending curly braces, let's type in a colon. And then let's type in another set of curly braces. In the inner curly braces, we need to specify the color property for the third quote we want to use on the map. Let's type in 2 single quotes again, and then type in color. And then between the single quote and the curly bracket, let's type in colon. And then another 2 single quotes. Inside of these 2 single quotes, we need to use the color tag to specify the color. You can look up the color tag over the internet resources. Here I just provide the color tag for you. For blue color, we need to use the tag hashtag 00004 zeros and then 2 Fs. FF. This is how you specify the blue color by using the tags. Now we have finished the controls. We need to add these controls on top of this map. Let's create a new statement. We need to use the add control method out of the myMap variable. Let's create the myMap and then a dot and then type in add_control parentheses. Between parentheses, we need to type in DC. We want to create the controls on top of the map. If you want to see the new map, let's create a new statement. Let's type in myMap and then click the Run Cell button. Now you can see on top of the map, we have some circles show up. If you want to draw a circle over Dallas, click on this circle, and then you can start drawing the circle. Of course, you can move around the circle as well. Click the icon with a pencil on it. This is the edit icon, and then you will see 2 dots show up, right? The outer dot can change the size of the circle. If you move your mouse over the center dot, the mouse will change to a little cross. That means you can move the circle to the place you want. Once you finish the modification, click the Save button, and then the circle will be fixed in the new place. Of course, you can use other types of controls to visualize the data on a map. Let's say you want to use a rectangle instead of a circle. Let's change the DC statement a little bit. Let's copy the circle statement from a circle to the last curly bracket. Let's make a copy. And then between the curly bracket and the parentheses, let's type in a comma. And then paste the statement you just copied. Now let's remove circle and then change it to rectangle. That means we want to use both circle and rectangle to visualize data on a map. Let's run the Run Cell button. Now you can see besides the circles, you can use rectangles to visualize data. Let's say you want to use rectangles over Dallas. Click on rectangle and then start drawing the rectangle over this place. You can also edit the rectangle, change the size, or you can move around the place. And then click Save to save the edit. You can also move the map a little bit and then draw a smaller rectangle over Fort Worth to show you perform better in Dallas than Fort Worth. This is how you visualize data on a map.